Welcome back to Taking Stock at Money 2020 in Las Vegas. Today we're sitting down with Mastercard to talk about blockchain, new digital asset products, Web3, and what is needed for the future of finance. Let's get started. Blockchain technology, digital assets, cryptocurrency, these topics are at the forefront of the conversations here today at Money 2020. Talk to me about how Mastercard is navigating through this landscape and what are some of the biggest takeaways that you've seen today?
Yeah, look, thanks for having me. And this space has been there for a long time. And crypto used to be, for many years, is simply about investing and getting returns out of it. That continues to be a big use case. But we also seen people, many of the institutions, financial institutions, and other partners have moved beyond applying it to real world use cases. One of the biggest things that we've been working on, and a lot being talked about in this conference as well, is the idea of how do we enable people with the bank money, bank deposits, how do we bring the benefits of the technology to that so that it can be used in programmable money use cases, many of the cross-border payments, and also many of the assets themselves are getting tokenized as well. Not just the bank deposits, but tokenized money market funds, tokenized gold. All of that requires a money format to power the commerce, and people are realizing that it is easy to now take the bank deposits and make it available for transactions in many of those use cases as well.
And blockchain is such a robust ecosystem, and when it comes to cryptocurrency and digital assets, they're fairly new products, right? So talk to me about how Mastercard is going about offering specific products in these sectors, not only to businesses, but consumers.
No, this is a very good question, because the technology itself has been there, to your point, for a long time. But what does an institution, a financial institution, need to invest to get ready for this technology? Still, there is a lot of wiring to do. There is privacy to worry about. There is regulations to worry about. So we've taken a very practical approach. We've developed this product called Mastercard Multi-Token Network, which enables banks to connect to that network to offer programmable payments for everyday use cases, like paying for assets on the chain or cross-border money movement, without having to invest in the core infrastructure of upgrading their ledgers to be blockchain capable. I think it's a practical way to offer when we are waiting for a kind of a more robust ecosystem that is privacy friendly on the public blockchains, and also, frankly, a very clear set of rules on the regulations as well.
And Web3 is considered to be more mainstream, right? So can you elaborate on how Mastercard plans to integrate this sort of technology into its business strategy?
So today we enable, for example, we have billions of cards in the marketplace. People want to buy and sell crypto. So this is what the industry calls as on-ramp and off-ramp. So any of our cards can be used to buy crypto. We don't necessarily move the crypto behind the scenes, but we enable that use case to happen. That brings a lot of choice and scale to the ecosystem. And the reverse is true. So if you want to sell crypto and if you want to off-ramp it, that is available through Mastercard Send product, as well as we have crypto cards as well. Recently, we launched MetaMask. You may know that MetaMask is quite a famous, popular wallet on the self-custody side. And there used to be either you self-custody assets or you have it in an exchange and have a card pointed to it. Now we think that we can actually solve for both. We've developed a set of standards on the KYC side that enables self-custody wallets to have a card product. Now a MetaMask user with a Mastercard card can go to any of the 100 million plus locations out there and spend their crypto. So that is one practical way that we're bringing utility and choice to this ecosystem. And beyond that, we are working with the banks to tokenize their deposits to open up for everyday cross-border payments, which can get the benefit of programmability and real-time payments. So those are a couple of different ways that we're working with the ecosystem on.
And Money 2020 is obviously about the future of finance, right? So can you talk to me more about what kind of principles do you think or processes need to be implemented to streamline the efficiency and effectiveness of digital assets and blockchain technologies?
Yeah, it's a great question. One of the people always think about this technology in a geeky way, an inaccessible way to everyday consumers. So one of the things that blockchain is often talked about but very difficult to use is cross-border money transfers, remittance, right? But if you want to send money to somebody in another country, the only way to do it through blockchain is that you've got to go ask them for their blockchain address. They text it to you, you have to cut and paste, and you send money, you don't even know whether it arrived at the other end. There is a lot of user experience and compliance issues associated with it. So we launched a product called Crypto Credential, which is really, all you need to do is how you send money to each other. For example, in US, all you need is another person's email address. So we take care of the compliance and the checks necessary to make sure that it is, first of all, compliant and secure, and the money would arrive on the other side. We don't necessarily move the crypto itself. The blockchain networks, public networks take care of it, but we provide the overlay layer and the user experience layer so that you can simply have a transaction just how you will send money to each other. So that is just one example of it. There we are solving user experience, compliance, security, assurance for consumers that the money would be on the other side, and so on. So a number of people have adopted it. Last week we announced that the Stellar network adopted this technology as well, so that the transfers in Stellar blockchain network can use the benefit of this simple money movement capability.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Raj, for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.